Good morning, and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. Whoa, it's early. Here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Today, we're talking about power. I got the power. Talking about power and productivity. What is power, and how can one use power to become more productive, and especially using joy itself as a power technology, for example. So, really interesting show this morning. If you're new, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. You can also simply become a subscriber right now on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Hit that subscribe button, get all these videos for free. I did say free, 1, 2, 3, 4, free. And have me come out and speak to your group, school, or organization. So let's dive into the topic. Again, before I start, though, in case you are new to the show, allow me to say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, author of the now Pulitzer Prize nominated Animating Black and Brown Liberation, A Theory of American Literatures, board president of the World Stage, a great nonprofit here in Los Angeles' Crenshaw District. Educational background, UC Berkeley as an undergrad, master's, UCLA, PhD in English literature from the University of California, guys, at Riverside. Guys, I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I do not say this to brag or boast. I say it because people are almost always surprised to hear this productivity in the context of my truly crazy background, which is why I always tell the story. I am the product of a young girl who was sexually assaulted at age 16. Terrible story. As a result of that assault, gave birth to me at 17, and then subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee. At the time, who was amazing. At the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet as Cool Modi famously said, "How you like me now?" And if I can be this productive, given that craziness, I know other people can be in their own way super productive. That completely inspires me personally, inspires this business, and certainly inspires this show because we know it's not where you're from, it's where you're about to go. So thanks for being here. Let's dive into the topic. We're talking about power. Point one is that you want to you want to have an aspirational attitude, guys, about power. You want to get it. You want it. You want to accrue it. I say that because folks who've been powerful have done many bad things. I can think of a lot of them right now, including ones in the Oval Office. It's at times we think we don't feel good about power. No, that is the wrong attitude to have. I don't tend to cast judgment, dispersions upon people, but you need to want power which goes right into point two, because power gives you options and power gives you the power to influence your environment for those you love and care about. Too often, those, in my experience, as a long time on the front line activist, community worker, and the other part of my life, a social justice warrior from way back. So often, the people really doing good, beautiful work were almost always battling forces way more powerful than us. I've seen it time and time and time and time again. And at times, we aren't able to do the best work that we could do for our communities, for our families, friends, and relations because we're just being outpowered. And the people who are whack, the whack army, they ostensibly they win too often because they have more power. So I have learned that in this work of progressive activism that we have to have power. So you want to know that's why you want it, not just to ego aggrandize, but to do good, which goes right into point three. Well, what is this? How do you do all that? All right. So if you imagine as the book Think and Grow Rich talks about power as in one way as organized knowledge, right? It's applying organized knowledge, collecting, grouping, galvanizing, grouping yourself, attaching yourself to people who are like-minded in a harmonious way, sharing knowledge, and then creating plans and then putting those plans into practice. He also talks about what he calls infinite intelligence. That's his word for it, spirit or God or energy, whatever. You call it what you will. But you want to be able to tap into the power that is all around you. I call it God or I call it spirit, but it's all the same thing, honestly. By tapping into that primordial energy that's inside all of us, right? If it is true that energy cannot be created or destroyed, or that God, people who believe in God say the same thing about God. God cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes forms. That means that that thing that was here first, that primordial energy, that God, that spirit, that thing that was on the planet first, I think is still here. Still here. It's everywhere. It's just in different forms. It's dispersed. And that means if it's everywhere, if it is everywhere, that's also be inside of you. Think about that. The primordial energy, the power, the thing itself is also inside of you. Seek after it, as the old Gnostic texts say. As the Quran says, it is closer than your neck vein. As the Bible says in Isaiah, and it repeats it also in the New Testament, that have I not said that ye two are gods, right? That, or it says in Psalms that that people are gods, and at times, because of political reasons, the folks in the religious community don't like to really embrace that idea, which is really an African, a Kemetic, an Egyptian idea. But I don't want to get too deep about the history of Jesus right now. But it's all knowledge that God is inside of you, because God is everywhere. Spirit is everywhere. And so through meditation, yoga, other types of spiritual practices, one can access that power, and you can put it into practice. So I won't get too deep with it, but boom, goes the dynamite. Thanks for listening. Feeling good today. That's all for today's show. Thanks for being here. Boom goes the dynamite. We'll see. This is the last show of the morning. We have an afternoon show, of course. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you Monday. We'll see you this afternoon on Facebook Live. Then we'll see you back on this early morning show on YouTube Monday morning, because today is Friday. We air each weekday morning and afternoon at 4:45. So guys, thanks for being here. We'll see you soon. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces, I'm out. Peace.